In this series, how to play like the top grandmasters. In this position, we have Magnus Carlsen against Vichy-Anand. The goal is to find the best move and the next best move in a position. Could be tactics, could be endgame, could be a trick. But can you follow Magnus' footsteps? Why to play? In a typical Magnus Carlsen fashion, he played knight h3. That move is actually very dangerous because queen h6 is coming, followed up by knight g5, and you have the king in danger. So Vichy-Anand playing with black saw that, and now play knight f6, defending h7. Of course, knight g5 played anyway, and now Vichy with black played g3. What would you do next in this position? Why to play? And here, Magnus finds the stunning rook e5. He's figuring out that knight cannot move, that pawn cannot go much further. The queen here and the rooks are passive, so he's just gonna activate his rook. Now Vichy play waiting move, and now simply rook d1. Now the problem with black is obviously you cannot do rook d8, that would be natural because knight f7 is an easy fork. So how do you defend, d3? So queen a6 was the move by Vichy. Now obviously you can take on d3, and black will try to get counterplay, winning a pawn. So in this position, can you find Magnus' move? And here, simply a4. Complete domination. These pieces are all tied. The rook cannot come to a logical square. The queen here has nowhere to go. So in this position, simply black resign. Total domination, the queen h6, the rooks are perfectly positioned. The knight in the best square, the king here is safe. There's absolutely zero counterplay for black. So black resign. On to the next game. Here we have a position played by Garry Kasparov with the black pieces. This is black to play. This was played when he was 18 years old in 1981. But as we say, talent is ageless. And in this position, the former world champion Garry Kasparov played bishop takes e3. Now, black has to take this piece because obviously, if you take that knight, that would be game over like that. Now we have to take that bishop, but if you take with the queen, then check and checkmate like that. So on this beautiful first move, the only way to continue the game is what was played by white, taking with the pawn. Black to play. What would you do next? And here we have the two rooks playing together, and the natural move would be to bring the second rook on the second rank. But unfortunately, knight takes g2, and there's no follow-up here for black. So that is not the move. In this position, Kasparov took with that rook. Now you may say, well, why not taking like that? Well, here you have beautiful knight d2 check, that the pawn, and this position is obviously winning for black. So now in this position, white continue with queen c3, and what would you do next? Here it's pretty straightforward. Rook h2 with a deadly threat. Rook g1, checkmate. So this is a defense covering g1. And here, feel free to pause the video. Garry Kasparov play the excellent king h7. Why is that? He's trying to put the king in a corner because you have these kind of checks here coming in, potentially doing some perpetual checks. So he's putting the king to safety. Now white continue queen c8, hoping, as I said, if the rook were to move, let's say, I don't know, like that, then you would have a check and then another check. So that's an interesting defense. And here, check. And what was the final move of this beautiful, brilliant game? And the answer is knight d2. So now that the king is safely here, you don't have any check on f5. That's number one. If you don't do anything with white, rook f1 checkmate is coming. Let me illustrate. That is a checkmate. So what would be the only defense? Knight g3 covers f1. But here Garry had seen check, check, and here simply rook takes b2, and we're still winning here. There's no defense. And if you try h4, I could even do this fancy rook c5, attack the queen, defend f5, and if the queen moves, of course, I have rook c1 and checkmate to follow. So knight d2, final move in the game, and white resign. So and now playing with the white pieces, the one and only GM Danya Naroditsky. Why to play? What would you do now? And here, this is how white clinched the game. The classic sack, the check, queen h5. So here, what did black try? Taking like that. And what was the follow-up? Here, Danya gave up an entire rook. And this is game over. Black tried to defend f7, but that's too little, too late. And now, did you see the finish? Knight h7, congrats. And here, of course, black resigned because I will be checkmate on the board. Last but not least, let's not forget about super talent Alireza Firouzja. Some are saying that could be a next world champion. In this position, 2018, 4 years ago, the youngster finished his opponent with white. Can you finish the game like Alireza did? Why to play? So here possibly rook h8 will be winning, but that's not what Firouzja played. He played knight d6 check. Now black has a choice. If black decides to move the king, this is simply checkmate. So then black took the knight. But here, how do you win? Queen f7, very precise. And only now you take. And if you want to continue the game, that will be the only defense with checkmate. So again, beautiful tactical awareness, knight d6 check. And in this stunning move, this is how we're gonna end this video. I'll see you in the next one.